Well, we're almost to the ramp here. We're getting ready to launch at this private community lake. Joey and I, we're going to meet one of our other buddies. He's already getting his boat set up. It's a nice, beautiful, well, maybe not so beautiful, but beautiful for fishing. Overcast day, a little fog. The deer are up and moving. Cows are up and moving. Man, we should be in for a really good time. Hope this is going to be a great turnout. I know we've been talking it up a little bit, so hopefully it comes out nice.
Well, the first thing that you're going to notice is the fact that there's no audio. And that's because we had to use the waterproof GoPro case because there was a threat of rain all day. In fact, it missed it on us a couple of times. But yeah, there's no audio. I apologize for that. You don't get to hear the fish splashing and stuff like that. But, we'll just put a little music in and hopefully you enjoy it. Watch some hook sets, see some fish, and enjoy the music. Another thing that you'll notice is the fact that I sped up all the video. I'm playing it at about twice the speed as normal because I wanted to get everything in. As far as all the fish catches, I wanted to get them all in so you could see what we did. And I wanted to keep it a fairly short video. When I did it at full speed, the video would have taken about an hour and a half. So we had about an hour and a half of fish catching over an 8-hour day. That's pretty phenomenal. El Chapo, baby. Like I've said on many occasions, Joey and I forget that we're filming video and trying to make good video, so sometimes it's hard to get all his fish catches on video, but occasionally he'll come up and grant the video a look of something that he's caught. And here's one of them. Nice fish. I had been telling Joey all morning that I didn't feel like flipping was the most efficient way to catch these fish. I knew we were catching some, but I thought that they were really wanting something else, and it wasn't until we got here to the dam that I really figured out what they wanted. Joey threw his little top water up there, and we saw a bass making what looked like a shark line to get to it. The back was out of the water, and it was coming to get that top water bait, and it crushed it. Then we knew top water was key. Even some of the little bitty ones wanted that top water. This was the first bigger fish of the day. We didn't weigh it, but putting it right at around 4 pounds. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but really close to 4 pounds. I really probably should not have put this little clip in there. Some giant missed my topwater. I mean, it was a big, big fish, but I wanted to put it in just for my own memory. This one was the big fish of the day. We put it right at 5 pounds. We actually weighed it. It came in right at 5. Joey says my scale is wrong, which normally he says it is wrong. He says it's weighing him too heavy. This time he said it was weighing it too light, and the fish did look a lot bigger than the scale said. You know, the scale said 5 pounds, but when we looked at it, and even seeing the video again, we think it's closer to 6. But this also capped off a memorable 10-minute spur where we caught about, between the two of us, probably about 12 fish. Really good, fun time.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our trip to the little private pond. I'm not going to mention where it was. Don't even ask. If you happen to know where it is, do not post in the comments. That's not cool. They will be deleted. I'm just not a fan of people that want to, act like they know where everything is and they want to post it in the comments, because if you know where it is, great. Hey, more power to you. You've been there, you've seen it. But that goes for any of my videos. If you happen to know where I am, great. You don't need to write them in comments. But anyway, that being said, it was a great trip. Joey estimated we caught about 60 fish together, he and I, and he's probably a little low on that estimation, because in doing the editing, I had about 34, 35 fish catches myself, and Joey kept right up with me. So we were definitely over 60. My best 5 probably would have went about 18 pounds, I'm guessing. I had a 5 and a 4 and a bunch of 3s. So it was a lot of fun. Joey had one that might have been bigger than mine. He had it right up next to the boat, and before I could get down there, it was gone. It just pulled free. That's one thing to keep in mind if you're ever using braided line with treble hook lures. Make sure you loosen the drag. I think that was the case there. The hooks just kind of ripped free from the fish. So it was a great trip. Now we'll talk about the baits. In the morning, I was flipping some baits. These were given to me by a friend. Riot Baits Fuzzy Beaver. Thank you, Tim. They definitely came in handy on this trip. My color of choice was Okeechobee Crawl, because the water in the morning appeared to be a lot more stained than it really was, and it's just because it was such a dark morning, the water looked like it was muddy. So I chose Okeechobee Crawl. Turns out it wasn't as bad as I thought, but you know, since it was so overcast, the water did look a lot more stained than I thought. I actually did catch a couple on my green pumpkin baby brush hog as well. I also was very fortunate. I had this tied on just in case. Very fortunate to get one fish on the Chapo. Had a couple blow-ups on it, but definitely got the one fish on it. This one is the 120 size Chapo. This is their sexy shad version. Kind of cool. Got a little chartreuse tint to the tail, if you can see that there. Really good, and of course I've got my customized feather and my red treble on it. I never did feel like it was the right conditions for Chapo. The water was flat. This thing generally shines when there's a little bit of chop, just a little bit, not much. But I did feel like since it was so overcast, I switched to the 90 size and also switched colors to black. And I don't think I even got a bite on it. I don't think any blow-ups on it. But I kept telling Joey, I said, we haven't figured this out. There's a better way to catch these fish. Flipping really shouldn't be the deal. And our buddy that lives there, who shall remain anonymous, because again, we don't want his lake to get overrun, he had told us he'd been catching some on topwater. I generally don't like to break the topwater out until I know it's post-spawn, the fish are garden, you know, and everything like that. And these fish may be post-spawn, but they were so big and healthy that I felt like they haven't been on the bed yet. But then again, they may have been on the bed a month ago, a month and a half ago, and already fattening back up. Who knows? But topwater was definitely the key. And this was the workhorse for the day. You've heard me talk about it. This is my Paycheck Baits Repo Man late payment. You can see it's beat up. Got a lot of hook rash to it. What's unique about this, other than any other spook, is the sound that it has. And when it comes to the water, it has a really unique sound. Now, of course, I've customized it with my feathered treble, my red hook, which needs replaced because you can see it's just about lost all the red off of it. And these hooks have been through so many fish, I think they all need replaced. That's what I'm going to be doing here in just a little bit. This bait, though, you can't find it anymore. I think Paycheck Bait quit making it. I'm guessing about 2012 or 13, something like that. But the good news is I've done a little research. I've seen and heard. Now, I can't verify this information, so I really shouldn't say it. But I have heard that the Teckle company has a version that is very, very similar. Some say it's exactly the same. I can't testify to that because I haven't tried it. So if you wanted to try the Teckle version, you might look them up. I saw it. It's on a couple of the online retailers. I know I don't have it in my store, but this is, I'm guessing this is a 90 millimeter version. It's like 4 inches. It's not a full 5. It's one of the smallest spook style baits that I know of with 3 trebles, which is real nice. These are number 6s. But this was the workhorse for the day, and I love this bait. Wouldn't trade it for a world. I have seen the Paycheck Baits on eBay going from anywhere from $75 to $100. I'll be honest, I wouldn't pay that for it, but I also wouldn't take $100 for mine. If somebody offered me 100, even though it's all beat up, I don't think I'd take it. Love this bait. So I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did fishing it. You know, and again, problem is, Joey and I were so in tune and wanting to catch fish, we forget. We're more fishermen than we are video producers. So, you know, a lot of Joey's fish didn't end up on camera. Sometimes when batteries ran out, different things like that. And it's an ongoing process, but I still think we got a pretty good video to show you. I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you the next time on Old School and Bass with Big Tim.